Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Ozcast.
I realise how this anxiety about our health and our world as it is changing has affected all of us. I don't know about you, I've been super busy with people who are overcome with anxiety. So I thought it might be helpful to tell you a little bit about managing that anxiety or that nervousness, and a few quick points, and then a few more elaborate little strategies, and some may appeal to you and some may not. That's fine too. But the most important thing is to trust that this will pass, and I think we're starting to see the signs now. This epidemic or this pandemic will pass if we all do the right thing. And then I'll start off with, instead of an alcohol wipe for yourself, I was going to do an energy wipe with you in a visualization. So I hope this appeals to you. So if you're really struck by a panic attack, so that's when you're really out of control, it's most important, if it's the first time, to reassure yourself, and that's really hard. I realize that. Most important thing is to sit down and lean against the wall, to take control and give your body support. You might be helped by breathing longer, so in through your nose and out through your mouth, because the breathing and the thinking are connected. In some traditions, they call them brother and sister. When the breathing slows down, it automatically slows down your thinking, and you might get back to some ordinary problem solving. It can help to take a sip of water. It cools and it helps you to focus. To further focus, you may be assisted by fixing your mind on one spot. As I'm sitting here now, I'm focusing my eyes on the palm tree in my garden. Wait for 5 minutes and tell yourself it will pass, or other soothing words that can help in a simple self-talk way, focusing on the now. Now this is scary, however, it will pass. I am going to manage this. Rest as much as possible, because you've just completed a complete marathon. So most people, when they come out of there, say, oh, I was so exhausted after that. And that's understandable, because your nervous system has been working overtime. There are some things on the market that may be helpful. There is the Bach flower remedy, BACH, that is very useful. I give it a lot. I've given it for 30 years in my practice, and it's extraordinarily helpful. The doctor who figured this one was besieged with panic himself, and he found it very helpful. There's also one for sleeping, because sometimes after a panic attack it can affect your sleeping, your possibility of sleeping. There's also an Australian one called BRAUER, Brower, and it's called the Calm Spray. There's also a collection of bushflower remedies. One is called Relief for Anxiety. Another one is Emergency Essence, Grey Spider Flower for terror and panic, and Microcarpa normalizes the adrenal glands. You've had a thorough workout. Lavender oil, even lavender oil on your big toes before you go to sleep, is helpful. Chamomile oil in a diffuser or you can drink it as a tea. Chamomile tea has proved to be extraordinarily soothing. So those are some of the quick ones. So if you're looking at a few other ones, because actually one of the things that I found with in my practice is that not everyone is interested in the breathing stuff or the other things. So I'm just going to run through a few that you might feel appeal to you, and be assured that if they appeal to you in that moment of panic, you will remember it. So there is what they sometimes call in the Qigong method, there's a scalp self-massage. So what you do each time when you feel that coming up, you put your hands on your head and you pretend that your fingers produce like a hail on your head. It needs to be fairly severe and you need to feel it. And you go from the front to the back and then into your neck and then up again, closer to your ears, and then a bit erratic all over your skull. And this can help to bring the blood supply to your head and improve your brain function. This scalp massage is really easy to do. There's no big technique about it. The second one we've already touched on a bit is taking deep breath. Nearly every technique that's used to relieve stress and to induce relaxation, of course, incorporates breathing in some fashion or another. And it's amazing how something as basic and slow control breathing can do so much to calm you. And the good thing about breathing is you never have to rummage in your bag for your breath. You have it always there. So you can really, whatever way, it's sometimes even helpful to say, breathe to someone who has a panic attack or to yourself. Just breathe is one of the most effective ways. One that comes with that, which is not on my little list, but I've recently designed with the help of a child, is to, in slow motion, stroke your cat or your dog. And you go on and on and on, and that has a very calming effect on you. So the deep breathing also sometimes it can help with, as I said before, slowing the thoughts down. Breathing in through the nose and out through your mouth, and extending that out breath a bit helps to surrender or give over to what is happening right there. And the other tip is to give it a shake, as they call. Shaking is a natural response of most animals after they've escaped a dangerous situation. So we can do that too. We can shake our hands or our arms, or we can shake our head a bit, or we can shake our shoulders. Shoulders are really helpful in shaking, and just exaggerate it and try not to be too self-conscious about it, especially when other people are watching. But it's almost like an instinctive response to something that's unsettled you or something more severe. The other one that you probably all know as well is nature. Listening to the waves of the ocean, the rhythm of the waves coming in. And some of the people that I know have got a little recording of that they switch on. Has a profound effect on our ability to control pain and also our ability to reduce the tension that we experience. They call them binaural beats, and somehow that the beat of the ocean, as nature of course is perfect at everything, helps to slow down our breathing as well, because somehow in some cases we try to synchronize with this. This is also very helpful for children who suffer with an overactive mind, ADHD or whatever you call it. The sound of the waves, even combined with soft guitar music, is very helpful. Now the next one is going to be something that you really like. Carry a piece of dark chocolate. It's much more appealing than some of the others, and it will likely be hard to pass up once you find it works for you. By consuming dark chocolate with 80% of cocoa, you enjoy an infusion of magnesium in your system. Magnesium has a profound calming effect, and chocolate is one of the best sources to make this happen. Besides containing magnesium, it's also its significant amount of theobromine, which also stabilizes our mood, and tryptophan, which is a protein that procures the secretion of serotonin. So some people that I know use that tryptophan also at nighttime when they go to bed. They warm themselves a bit of hot milk and they drink that slowly, with slow sip. Anything that you can do slow helps with anxiety and tension. So slow sips, some people put some honey in it if you like. So the tryptophan in warm milk is scientifically proven and is helpful. For many years, tryptophan was an antidepressant that was prescribed by doctors. The other one is try splashing cold water on your face. A splash of cold water to the face, often a jarring change of perspective. Studies have shown that the parasympathetic nervous system is stimulated by cold water immersion of one's face. So we have to remember when we have a panic attack, or we're very nervous, our parasympathetic nervous system, the involuntary one, is doing overtime. It's telling the adrenaline glands to secrete stuff. It's telling the brain to run, fight and flight. But by splashing water on your face, it will help to stimulate the nervus vagus. And that is especially responsive around your eyes. That's where it has a connection to. So it slows you down. Another one that for a long time that we thought was not good, but is actually very good, is to distract yourself. Panic attacks occur as a result often of our own anxious thinking. We think, oh, what if that happens? What if that? Oh, goodness. Sometimes they call that catastrophic thinking. If you can distract yourself from this anxiety-inducing thinking, a panic attack can often be avoided. So, playing a game, studying close up a leaf of a plant, slowly planting your feet on Mother Earth, or something that you really, really love doing. Swimming in the ocean was something, as someone said to me the other day, reading a book. Anything that you can do to take your mind off these anxious thoughts swimming around in your head will assist you for sure. And that is something that is, in general, something to take with you, that anxiety often starts in the mind, the thoughts. If simple distracting thoughts aren't coming to you, try more sensory experiences that I already mentioned, like smell, touch, maybe touch an ice cube, or distract yourself from triggers for this panic. It might be tasting something. Another popular one is, particularly if you are aware of the yoga tradition and you know the poses, give the rabbit pose a shot. If you've got a little time and a bit more private area to do this in, the rabbit pose, where you sit on your heels, knees and feet together, and reach behind you as far as you can provide relief from stress. This pose is great for relieving tension in your back, neck and shoulders, where stress is often living, housing in your jaws, in your shoulders, in your fists, in your forehead. And the rabbit pose is especially beneficial for sufferers from anxiety and depression due to the resulting compression of the thyroid gland. So as you stretch back your thyroid gland, and exactly your liver too, they get certainly a little bit of an internal massage, and it also promotes the blood flow to the brain. The next one is also interesting, is try warming your hands. When we start to feel stressed, our bodies start to feed the blood to the more tense areas of our body, such as our hips and shoulders, to the fight or flight response. This may then result in your hands being cold. So if you put your hands under warm water, or you put them on a hot water bag that you take to bed, or one of those delicious hot packs with a lavender oil in it, all of that warm feeling seems to conjure up in us a feeling of comfort and safety. So that is a good suggestion, imagining yourself in a warm situation under a warm shower, or just washing your hands. If you're in public, that's particularly relaxing. And then the opposite too. If you're experiencing a bit of a panic attack while you're at home and you can get to your freezer and you've had some ice cubes in there, just experience that connection with the ice cubes. But also, if you make an ice pack and you put it on against your lower back, and you notice the relief from the stress and the anxiety that's coming to you. You also will notice probably that your muscles are less tense and your upper body moves more easily when those cold sensations are picked up on your lower back area. So after a minute or so of doing this, you should be able to accompany this with a slow breathing circular. So in conclusion, panic attacks are a terrible experience, and panic disorders are a debilitating condition to have to deal with. With a few stress and anxiety relieving techniques under your belt, you may now say, I think I can manage. And maybe a simple affirmation like, I am capable, I am enough. Saying that over and over again, the repetitiveness of a name, whether that is if you're a spiritual person, your name of your God, or it is I believe in myself. All those things are extraordinarily helpful. So now I'd like you to get yourself comfortable. You probably are already comfortable, and make preparations to do an extra bit of self-care. Sometimes we forget to really get comfortable. We're too much in a hurry. But this act of self-care, of making sure our head is supported, our neck is in alignment, and our spine is straight, and our shoulders are soft, and our jaws are relaxed. And we tell ourselves, this time is my own. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to put your hands together as if you're washing them, because that's what we've been told with the coronavirus now, lots of hand washing. This time it's dry hand washing. So you rub your hands against each other till they're very warm, nice and warm, nice and warm. And if you feel that you want to close your eyes, that may help. This is known as an aura wipe. And then you put those warm hands over your head, and you imagine that you can wipe away all the worrying thoughts for a moment. The what ifs, and how will the future like, and how will I survive? All those extreme worrying thoughts that everyone has at this present time. Imagine that your healing hands are wiping them down, just like you do the dishes. And then you place them in front of your heart. Don't touch your body, just place them in front of your heart, and you imagine that those healing hands of yours are now wiping away all the feelings of anxiety and worry and overthinking and dramatizing. All of them are wiped away by your healing hands, and then lower them down over your belly and your thighs and your legs and your feet, and shake all these worries off your healing hands into the earth. The earth can absorb that. And then bring your hands back into the yoga pose of Namaste. which represents I greet the best part of yourself with the best part of me. And then relax your hands. And imagine now that after this aura or energy wipe that you've just completed, your body is filled with light. Beautiful laser-like light. And I invite you with your next in-breath to bring that light in through your forehead and let it slide into your heart, into your heart center. That heart that is purified now with your energy wipe radiates with this light. And imagine that your whole body is slowly and gently filling up with this light. Just like the disinfectant, you are now de-stressing your whole body with this light. And imagine it slowly finding its way to your legs, your knees, calves, feet, 5 toes, and filling them with this purifying light, purifying everything. And the next step with your in-breath is to travel up through your lower body, your genitals, your buttocks, your abdomen, and fill them with that light, that pure light. And allow it to travel up through the rest of your torso, your back, and imagine it filling all your major organs, your blood supply, your heart, your lungs, with this radiant light. Imagine that this light improves your immune system, activates all of those healthy responses deep into the marrow of the bone. Visualize this light. And now picture it going higher into your shoulders and your arms, down into your fingers, thumb and forefingers. Imagine them being filled with this radiant light, with this healing light. May your hands be kind and soft to you. And picture this light now traveling up through your neck, your throat, where you can express this light out to the world. But for now, keep it to you. Then see it travel up all over your face, like a kindest and softest warm face wash. And see your eyes being filled with light. Visualize your ears being filled with light. And visualize your jaws and your mouth, your tongue, all filled up with this beautiful light. And then see this light travel up to your eyebrows, forehead, and your skull. Imagine all the grey cells in your brain, deep into the brainstem, being filled with this light, neutralizing anxiety or fear, bathing it in its beautiful light. And now extend that purified light out to all the people of the world now who are experiencing collectively this fear and this anxiety around the coronavirus. Imagine that light purifying and neutralizing that for a moment, sending this light to the animals, nature, and all the people in your circle, and even to the people that you may have struggles with. See yourself as an open channel to provide relief and light to the world. And take with you this notion: I am the light. The light is in me. I am the light.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.